What's up guys, we are back at Javi's shop today. Today we're going to be doing the valve covers. I think we're also going to do the timing, and then hopefully this time around we can get to the intake manifold and stripping that down. I say that every week but we never actually get to it. What's up Javi? You got a guard dog or what?
Yeah.
So we got the block here. First thing we're going to do is install those valve covers. Diego has them over here. We got to get those cleaned up, of course. So both of them are in here. And then we have to also replace these half moons. If you guys remember in the last video, they didn't have these available at the time, so we just ended up calling it a day. But we have the new ones right here. So we're going to be replacing those two, putting the valve covers on. I also need to call Subaru, see if they have one of these bolts and one of these top bolts up here. Because when we took them off, they stripped. And we kind of had to force them out. So we're going to need two of these. We're not going to put these back in. Hopefully we can find those bolts because I really want to get the timing done today. If not, then it's just going to have to wait till next week. These valve covers shouldn't be too hard to clean. They're actually not that bad. I cleaned these when I did the valve covers not too long ago. I'm also pretty excited to throw on the valve covers because after this, we're pretty much done. Like, we need the timing belt, we need the intake manifold that's going to get sent to powder coating and all that. But as far as like heads, short block, all that stuff, it'll all be assembled. Almost forgot, we also need the clutch, but that probably won't happen until the very end. Valve covers are all clean. Check them out, guys. They actually came out pretty good. We got good news. We called Subaru and they do have those two bolts that we need. We're also going to pick up some hoses that we need. This one that goes to the valve cover on this side right here, and then we need to find the little elbow one that goes on top of here. So hopefully they have those as well. All right guys, came to Subaru real quick and we found the two bolts that we needed, so we're good to go on timing today. I did try getting this hose, they didn't have it in stock, and then we needed another one that goes on top of the block. It's a little elbow. They also didn't have that, but we did place an order, so we should have those by next week. Diego, let's go eat. Let's go eat. Pollo Loco it is. It always smells so good out here, dude. It smells like chicken. I like.
It's the avocado burrito, right?
Burrito.
I got the same thing. What is it?
And we got some fries coming on the way. Dude, if you guys haven't tried the fries at Pollo Loco, they're so good. And shout out to the subscriber that hooked us up too. Always hooks us up every time we come here. I'm telling you guys, these fries, so good. Huh, Diego? Pollo Loco hit the spot, but it's time to get back to work. So let's head back to the shop, put those valve covers on. First thing we're gonna do is these half moon seals. So you just take one of these. We're gonna put some silicone in between here and put them right in these little slots right here. So one right there, and then two more in those same spots right there. So just like this, and then we're gonna take them and put them in these slots right here. Maybe, oh, there we go. Just like that. So there's the second one right there. Javi said when you get that excess, kind of wipe it on there. Either way, we're gonna put silicone in a couple of places. So there's one right here where you gotta put a little bit. And then on this corner right here, Javi said that this corner is kind of more prone to leakage because all of the oil sits in this bottom corner right here. So we got these in. It's pretty easy. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, but on the gasket here, we smeared a small layer of silicone all the way around just so it seals it a little bit better. And then I think we have to put a little bit in this corner right here and somewhere down here. We're gonna double check with Javi. But the valve cover is pretty much ready to go back on. We should turn this too. Yeah. That way we are working on top, you know? So a little dab right there.
And a little dab right there.
And there. Just those two?
Just those two, and then usually, like if you put in the gasket dry and you don't do the smear method, you just smear like right here. You put some right here, then you smear it. And then I think Subaru tells you to like do just right here and right here.
Smear a little bit?
Yeah.
Should we do that then?
That's if you do the, well you already.
Oh, if you put it in dry, okay.
So you do the smear method, so you'll be fine just right here.
So just never go in dry?
Yeah. I don't go in dry.
Got it? There it is. So these are the bolts for the valve covers. We're gonna put all of the bolts in and then kind of slowly tighten each one. With these guys, you wanna be super careful. I actually snapped this one the first time I did my valve covers, so you just never want to over torque them or anything like that. Other thing also, it's super easy doing valve covers when the engine is out of the car. Can you imagine doing this and you have like this much room in here trying to get this valve cover off? So I'm happy that we're doing these now.
So then these 5 bolts are different than these 3. If you guys can see, these are shorter and this one's longer. So these are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side.
The long ones?
And then the 3 short ones go on the left side.
Perfect. Now that we got that done, it's time to get started on the timing. So Diego, once again, is cleaning up the timing cover so we can put a nice clean one back in. And then over here with the gasket set, we got a new gasket for the timing cover. This is also kind of like a gasket, but this is foam. Right now we got the back of the timing cover on, so we got both on here. We already finished these two cam seals and the top one. So this last one here, I'll show you guys what we're doing here. So you take your bolt that goes there, and then Javi has this cool little tool right here. So you put this all together, just like that. Put your bolt right there. And as you can see, the cam right now isn't sitting flush. So you put this bolt in, start screwing it in. And then get your ratchet. And you're pretty much just gonna tighten this down. As soon as the ratchet gets tight, you stop, and then you just make sure that that cam seal is sitting all the way flush.
Yep, that's perfect.
That's perfect. So we got all 4 cam seals on the engine. To get this sprocket on, there's a keyway on the old short block that Javi's gonna get for us. But pretty much, you have to line this up correctly, so that keyway will make this, you know, not move or anything. It'll sit into place right there. We got the cam gears on. Next thing is just putting the bolts through them. You have to line these up, so if you guys are ever doing this, you'll see on the inside, there's almost like a little dowel, and then there's 4 little holes that you gotta line up. You'll see them. The bottom ones are easy, because as you can see, you can already see that little like nipple where it kind of goes on, and then you'll know if they're on if they're spinning the cams. So we'll put these on while Javi gets the torque specs for these, and then after that I think timing belt is ready to go on. So pretty cool. So right now Javi's torquing these down to 72.5, I believe, foot-pounds.
What a perfect song to play. So 22 first?
So top ones are going to 22 foot-pounds, and then I believe 45 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Tool that Javi has, it's like a torque wrench, but it has the degree on here or whatever, the angle.
The angle, yeah.
And then once it hits that, it'll beep at you. So we'll put this back on here. That's sick.
And then it equals out to 72.2, so it's pretty much the
same as the bottom?
The same torque.
Okay. It's time to line everything up, or line up the timing marks. So Javi, you're gonna spin this, right?
Yeah, not right now. We're gonna align these two.
So align these two first.
Because these two, the driver's side cams, like to snap.
Okay.
So that's what this tool is for. So when you tighten this up, it holds the cams so they don't snap.
And then you line this one up after?
Yeah.
Okay.
You align this one after, and then you can put on the tensioner and then put the timing belt. If you move this one, you see how like if you let go, it just snaps.
Oh, it goes back?
Yeah. Okay. So that's what this is for. So you line it up. They mark the white line right here.
So they actually mark it on the belt too?
They'll mark it, and it makes it easier to line it up.
Okay, yeah. So is the timing belt the same as like your pulley belts, where you want to have it like?
No, the timing belt's the only one where you want to have it set, like to a certain.
No, yeah, but I mean as far as like tension.
Yeah.
Like not too tight, but not too loose.
Well, this on this one, the tensioner is what sets your tension.
Okay.
So once you pull this pin, the tension it needs is already going to be there.
Oh, it sets it by itself. Yeah. Okay. So what Javi just explained is that this can come off now, and then you spin the engine.
Yeah, you spin the crank twice. You look at the timing mark, and you spin it once, and then you spin it again, and then you double check your marks. And if everything's good, then you can pull your pin and then put everything back together. You won't feel it as much because you got the spark plugs off.
I think it's one full
spin. Yeah, so that's one. This one también. And this one's good too. Pull your pin and blow up your Suzu.
This little tool right here, it's called a dial torque wrench, and pretty much the same thing, but when you spin the bolt or whatever, it marks your reading with that needle, and then you just stop whenever you get to whatever.
The only reason we're using this one is because these only go up to 30 inch-pounds, and our little torque wrench goes up to 40.
Oh, okay.
The lowest it goes is 40. So.
Hey guys, that's gonna be it for today. We learned a lot about timing. Shout out to Javi, Christian, thank you. Everything about lining stuff up, putting the timing belt on, the tensioner, the little tool that, what's this for?
That is just so when you're banging gears, your timing belt doesn't skip.
Okay. And Javi put a little tool in here that just holds it up while you bolt it down?
It comes with a timing kit. When you get a timing kit, it just goes in here.
And Diego has actually watched a lot of videos on that, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was like asking. Cause right, I asked Javi, these only come in the manual cars, right? Not automatic.
Yeah, they have this, and then they have these guys right here.
We still didn't get to strip down the intake manifold, but like Javi said, at least we're taking care of what's most important, which is like getting this all assembled. So super happy that we got the timing belt on. Next week we'll do the cover maybe, and then actually strip down the intake manifold.